Hello, Red Wave. Welcome to Beware Bulldogs podcast. Today, I have two very special people with me today. Head coach of Fresno State women's softball, Stacy May Johnson, and pitcher and Mountain West pitcher of the year, Taylor Gilmore. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. If you're tuning in on video, they can't see me, which is they are happy about it. They don't have to look. I didn't shave for this, so this is good. But just so you know, if anything's going on, they can't see me. But Coach Johnson, Taylor, thank you so much for joining me. I know the season ended a little earlier than we wanted to, but I want to pick your brain on it a little bit, and but I wanted to congratulate you as well on a very successful season. But 33 wins, Coach. You are the first reoccurring guest or reoccurring coach on here, so thank you for doing that. But when we talked to you in 2021. You had just got the job. You've been building this culture. Now you win 33 games. You're competing for championships. What's that been like, Coach, this growth since getting here?
Yeah. I mean, it's just been steady for sure. Honestly, we started from the bottom. And so just every piece from the first moment has improved. It's been fun to be a part of. It's really gratifying to see something just improve steadily, especially we work so hard at it. Work so hard. And so sometimes you work really hard and you don't get to see results. But obviously, in this case, the last 3 years, we very much have. So, it's just really gratifying. And it's awesome to see our student athletes experience that success. They've certainly are deserving. And so I could be happier for them.
Yeah, it's been fun. And Taylor, you were committed to Arizona. You redshirted there. You spent some time at Colorado State. Then you came to Fresno State last year, and you pitched last year and this year.
Yeah.
What's it been like? You came in. Well, I did some research, and I think you appeared in the most you appeared in was 9. No. Yeah, 9 games in Colorado. 15. I take that back. At Colorado State. Then you come here, and that next year, you appear in 46 games.
Yeah.
So, what was that like going from Colorado State and then coming here, appearing in so many games? And then I got another question for you after. I'll let you answer that first.
Yeah, no, it was amazing coming in and playing so much. I struggled with a lot of injury and the COVID year as well. So I had a couple seasons cut short, and then I wasn't able to participate in a couple seasons due to injury. So to come in and finally be a part of it, be able to contribute in the best way that I can for my team was fulfilling for sure.
And what was said, or what did you see in the Fresno State softball team that led you to commit to Fresno State?
Well, I was actually coaching at a junior college before I got out here, and I knew I had extra eligibility, but I was kind of hesitant to use it just because I had gone through so much injury and I was kind of defeated. And I kind of was like, you know what, I'll be in the portal. And then just after talking to Coach Stacy and having her opinion on stuff, and I had a couple other people that I talked to kind of sway me in the right direction, but just having someone come to me and be like, you know what, don't give up, use this extra opportunity, go prove to the softball world what you can do. And I think that's really just the push that I needed. And there's so much history in Fresno, especially on the softball team. And it has been such an honor to play for a program like this.
Coach Stacy, what did you see in Taylor when you approached her, when you were watching her?
Well, we knew she was tremendously talented. And so that was obviously the initial draw. But I remember our first call. I just remember really being blown away by her maturity and her poise on the phone. She was just different. She was different on the phone, and she certainly brought every bit of that maturity that I heard in that first conversation to the field, to our team. And it was just really cool to kind of see, given her history of injury, it was really cool to see her have the opportunity to put it together in her last 2 years and really pitch to the fullness of her ability. I know it was really gratifying for her. It was just awesome for me to watch.
Thank you.
Some quick numbers, Taylor. I know you've probably heard these a lot. I mean, this past season, you went 20-4, I believe, of 167 innings pitched, 143 strikeouts. You beaned 23 batters. That's you crushed it. So congratulations. I want pitcher of the year. So I do want to talk about this past season just a little bit. And sorry to bring this up, but what was the most difficult time of this season? Taylor, I'll start with you. What was the most difficult time, and how did you get through that?
I think the most difficult point in this season and last season was we now have added the conference tournament. So we've added in the middle of season the 2 doubleheaders, or the 1 doubleheader and then the 1 2-game series. So we have a midweek doubleheader and then a 2-game conference series on the weekend. And that is just a lot. It's a lot in a week. And I think there's definitely an aspect of me kind of getting used to that. And but that I think is like the most difficult part. It's just like you got to grind it out every single day, and we love it, but it's just a lot sometimes.
Yeah. How did you get through that?
Just by my teammates and my coaches. I think all of us, like, there's comfort in knowing that everyone's going through the same exact thing. So just being able to look at my teammates and be like, you know what, like this kind of sucks right now, but like I got your back if you got mine, and that's how we move forward.
I love it. And, I do see a lot online on social media. The Fresno State softball family seems so tight. They all love each other. I see parents on there. I see players. I love to see it. It's great. Coach Stacy, what about you? What was the most difficult part of the season? And how did you guys get through that for you?
It was definitely the grind of conference. The conference was really tough this year. There was a ton of just really good offenses that you felt like every single week you had to keep a really, really good offense at bay, and you had to do it 3 times in a row. And so it just really was that grind of late March into April and off to the conference tournament. But I thought the team was really resilient. Anytime we took a loss, it would bounce right back. There was never any give up, any quit, any defeat in this team. I just thought that they really held their ground really, really well and really competed up until the last pitch.
Okay, I'll change the mood up. Most fulfilling part of the season, Taylor.
Oh, the most fulfilling part. There's so many things that I could think of, but honestly, just seeing the growth from everyone from that first game to the end of the season, the growth in relationships, the growth in like just every single aspect of the team chemistry, the more of the off the field stuff, like that was just so fulfilling to me because I like to take a lot of pride in like bringing a team together and kind of hoping, like trying to feel like that driving force for a little bit of team chemistry. So just that was so fulfilling to see everyone come together and just have that family aspect that you were talking about.
What about you, Coach? You get to see it from the outside, but you're there every day.
Yeah, I agree with Taylor. I thought this group was special. I thought everybody from top to bottom, and you got to remember, like we have some very competitive people on this team. They all want to be on the field every single game, and they all want to win every single game. And those 2 things don't happen in this sport. We had people that had pinch running roles. We had people that had to come in and play defense. We had people that were everyday starters. And each of those roles is difficult in its own way. But this team really came together in support of each other. They rocked their roles, every single one of them, 1 through 26. And it was really kind of a special year in terms of chemistry. I don't know that you always have that level of family and chemistry, but this group did.
Now, would you say that's something that you are trying to make a part of the program year in, year out, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's paramount. We have to be in support of each other. We have to be rooting for each other. We have to be able, as individuals, put the needs of the team above our own individuals. And that's hard to do. Because everybody's really competitive. But at the end of the day, when we just love each other and we really do care about each other, your success is just as meaningful to me as my success. And that's really what I saw from this group. And we need to have that every single year.
Taylor, now you're a redshirt senior. Do you have any more years left?
I do not. 7 was the max that I could get, and I used all of them.
Bummer. It's hard to keep up now with COVID and all this stuff and transfer portal and but really enjoyed watching you this year. But so let me ask you this. What are you taking away from this past season? What did you learn this season? Going on to your next season in life.
Yeah, I learned so much. I'm looking for a coaching job moving at the college level, moving out of school right now. So I think I've been able to learn so much from our coaching staff about a lot about the type of coach that I want to be. And so I think that's definitely one of the biggest things that I'm taking away from Fresno in the past year. And I also think just the little things about the team chemistry, we did stuff that I never thought would bring us together, and it did. So I think there's just a lot of little things that I'm going to take away into the next chapter.
I know Coach is sitting right here, but what are you going to take away from Coach? You're going into the coaching world. What are you going to take away from Coach?
Yeah, I have so much respect for Coach Stacy, and she never shied away from me asking questions. And in the middle of practice, I'd be like, "Hey, I have a coaching question real quick," and she was always willing to talk to me about it. And just her knowledge of the game, to be able to pick her brain and learn so much from her in a short amount of time that I was here was really, really special to me. So I'll definitely take it's in the mind bank, it's written down somewhere, and I'll be taking all that with me.
That's awesome. Coach, I know I asked you earlier before we record, what's next for you after this season? You guys are doing recruiting and things like that, but can you just tell everyone listening what's next for Coach Stacy as you prepare for next season?
Yeah, we grind out on the recruiting trail in the summer. We run some camps, and and obviously we're essentially working our roster during the summer. We try to set our roster for the years to come, and that's the main work of months. And then obviously when school starts, then we go to work with that roster. So that's kind of what we've got going on the next 3 months. It's a lot of hard work, but I love being at a softball field, so it doesn't bother me too much.
All right, now I'm going to go to some fun questions here. Coach, out of all the players, I know you probably hate picking one, but who did you see improve the most this year and that you're excited for coming into next season?
Oh, you're going to make me pick one.
You can say as many as you want.
Well, I mean, I pick them all. They all improve. But I know you don't have that kind of time. I'll give you one. I was really excited to see the growth of Serenice. She's tremendously talented. And from a year ago, she had great stuff, but didn't always know where her ball was going. And this year, she had a good idea of where her ball was going. That was a big step for her. And now here, we had the Mountain West Pitcher of the Year in Taylor Gilmore. I've already told Serenice, well, that's you next year. Now that's your job, is to go home and get even better, because we expect you to fill those. And certainly Taylor and Serenice worked. They just paired really well together. And they won a lot of games together. There weren't a ton of complete games between the two of them. Part of that is my style, not that they weren't capable, but part of that is that they just paired and comboed together. It was really hard for an offense to go from one to the other. So we'll certainly need to have that number 2 role step up next year as well. But I'm certainly excited about Soraya's trajectory.
And Taylor, what are you doing as a former teammate, coach, to pass on things as well to your teammates?
I mean, I already told my teammates, and they know my phone is open all the time. They can call me anytime. And I'll circle back to Soraya, for example. Her and I have built such a great relationship. And we said goodbye yesterday. She went home and she was like, "I'm going to call you all the time." So, I mean, I am willing to be there for my teammates. And I hope that I've been able to use my experience and pass it down to them to help them in the future.
Oh, that's awesome. And as a former coach, and I know coaches are here, that's one of the favorite things to hear is when your players are calling each other and have established relationships. That's awesome. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna make you choose one. That's sorry. One moment from this year that you're gonna take with you, Coach. I'll start with you. A game, a play, something.
Yeah, I get to pick one. There were a few, but I think a fun one. This year we got our first win over an SEC opponent since I've been here, so that was a lot of fun. We beat Mississippi State down at the Mary Nutter. It was a really special win. It was a really well played game. It was a really well pitched game. And then we got some big hits in the big moments to be able to get the victory. So that was a lot of fun. And that win, it was also a really visible win because a lot of our recruiting down there watching those games. And so we created a lot of buzz at that tournament for our program and going off in the future of like, hey, Fresno State's starting to knock off some SEC teams. There's something real good happening here. So that was a special win for this program.
I believe that was a ranked SEC team too.
Yeah, I think they're all ranked.
Yeah, SEC bias. Taylor, what about you?
I would have to agree. I think I'll generalize to the whole Mary Nutter weekend. I think we'd the first couple tournaments, we were kind of like trying to feel stuff out and get to know each other on the field during games. And then we hit that Mary Nutter weekend and just took off. And I think that was kind of the first time as a team as a whole, we were like, you know what, like we can do this. And I think that going 4-0 in that weekend opened up our eyes to really how special this team could be. And like just capping off with that like Mississippi State win and having Soraya and I pitch that game and like having us realize like, hey, like we can do this. I think that was a big turning point, and that was one of my favorite feelings leaving that weekend.
But Taylor, as a pitcher, you don't get to show off all your skills. What's a hidden talent on the softball field or at the plate that you have that we don't really get to see too much?
I am a fantastic batting practice hitter as long as it's front toss. But that's about it. I can hit balls really far as long as they're coming at me very slowly. And that I think is my hidden talent. You guys don't get to see that.
Okay, now I might embarrass you, Taylor. This was put on social media for the world to see. Okay, this was your senior night photo. I'm going to hold it up real quick. But I just need to know, and Coach, you can verify this. Do you still run? Oh, can you see it with your arms out like that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Nothing's changed. It's still like that?
No, nothing has changed. My running form is really poor. I got foot surgery a couple years ago, and it hasn't really come back in full form. So we try to avoid sprinting.
Oh, okay. So I should have asked permission, but I thought it's on social media. Everyone in the world could see it, so I'm going to show it.
Hey, that picture is so silly. I'm okay with it.
I love it. It's great. Okay, I'm going to get you guys getting dark. I know you got put the family to bed and everything, so I'll get you guys out of here real quick. One last thing for you, Coach. What is your goal for this upcoming team next year as we move in? By the way, I'm going to have you come on before season next year. But what, as of right now, goal for next season?
Yeah, well, we need to get better and win Mountain West. So, you know, you say, well, you just graduated Mountain Pitcher of the Year. Can you get better? Yeah, we can get better. You know, because Soraya needs to be Mountain Pitcher of the Year next year, and we're going to build up, you know, the 2 and the 3 and the 4 around her, and we're going to figure out how to get a better offense. And so, you know, we very much intend to be playing this weekend next year. We intend to play.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, right in the beginning I screwed up and I asked Coach, "How's the off season going?" And she looked at me like, "How dare you ask that?" And I screwed up. I'm sorry, Coach, guys.
No,
Taylor, how can we support you in your upcoming season and coaching and looking for coaching jobs? How can the Red Wave support you?
I just think like Red Wave.
Oh shoot, she cut out on my end.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. But no, I just think like just Red Wave, stay in contact. Like I have had so much fun getting to know the community here, and it's been such an honor to play for the community here. So just stay in contact. If anyone hears of any jobs, send me a DM or whatever. So, but just stay in contact. I love Red Wave, and I'm really happy that I got to be a part of it.
Well, I thank both of you for taking the time to do this. Do you guys have anything else that you want to share that I missed?
No, we just appreciate your support and appreciate the Red Wave and everything they do for this program. You are what makes this place special. You are the reason why people like Taylor want to come be a part of our program. And so thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah, I second that statement.
Well, we appreciate it. I'll be praying for you guys. Let me know if you guys need anything. I got you. Taylor, I'm going to find a job. I'm going to find a coaching job for you. Watch out. I'm going to look. All right, Red Wave. You heard it. So
Thank you.
Them. Thank you guys so much for joining me. God bless you guys. And I guess lastly is go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Thanks for having us.
Go Dogs. Yeah, thank you.